And we're live. Hello, Corey. How are you
Oh, tea
today?
and tarot.
Yes, welcome, everyone. This is Ruth and Corey with Tea and Tarot. Go ahead and grab your tea. I have peppermint tea today, Corey. What do you have?
I'm actually using a blend of chaga and lion's mane that I harvested myself.
Nice. Nice. Welcome, everyone. If you're joining here and you have a special tea, a special coffee, put it in the chat. We would love to hear about it. Corey, what's on the agenda today? I know we're going to be talking about eclipse season.
Eclipse season. Yes, eclipse season. Always a fun time because you really don't know. Astrology's so fun, isn't it? I mean,
It is fun, and we're having a lunar full moon eclipse here in just a few days,
that's
and
right.
then a new moon eclipse at the end of the month, and then a solar eclipse in April.
Right.
And one
And
thing
so,
I've noticed about eclipse is it really shakes up the 3D. It's like an opportunity to get everything you need in order. And if something's out of order, it might highlight it. And that's saying it mildly.
yeah, yeah, that's a good point. Good point. So yeah, it's exciting. It's always exciting to come into this season, especially we got three coming up very, very quickly, actually one after another, and each type of eclipse brings a different kind of mix up of the energies. So a solar eclipse is going to be a little bit different from a lunar eclipse, which will be a little bit different from the new moon eclipse, and so on and so forth. So what we wanted to do today, Ruth, is we wanted to ask Spirit through your tarot reading skills a couple questions about what the lunar or what the eclipse season will bring for us.
Yes. Before we get started, I wanted to share a little caveat here. It
Okay.
has been said, now this is not my, well, it is of some of my experience. It's been said that the lunar eclipses deals more with feminine energy and the solar eclipses deal more with masculine energy because the sun represents masculine and the moon represents the feminine. And they say sometimes the challenge with the lunar eclipse, which would be the month of March, is the divine feminine might be tempted to eclipse themselves, like not to empower themselves, eclipse. Or there might be an opportunity where that's highlighted to them where they're being eclipsed in their life, where they're not empowering themselves and saying, I need to move forward, or I need to do this, or I need to set up boundaries here, I need to explore my creativity here. And so that kind of moon energy kind of like addresses the areas in all of us where maybe our creativity is being put on the back burner, where our nurturing self-care is put on the back burner, and it kind of shakes up those areas if our feminine energy is out of balance. I don't like the lunar eclipse. I tend to get more reactions from the lunar eclipse. I love the solar eclipse.
Solar eclipses are great. I love those too. So I want to suggest something
Okay.
to both you and the viewers here too. One of the things that I've been prodded about messages with is balance, and the eclipse season in general, it highlights to me a time to be balanced, and I mean balanced in terms of masculine and feminine energy. And I would say that there are two ways to go about that, and whichever one of these ways resonates for you, then please take a look at it. But you can balance your feminine and masculine energy within yourself. If you don't know how to do that, then you may want to seek out a alternate feminine or masculine energy that you trust and have them assist you or use their energy to help balance. Of course, tell them what you're doing. Don't just steal their energy, but but use the energy to balance. It's the yin and the yang. It's the I think it would make the season a little bit less turbulent yet still bringing in those lessons that we need to learn. Just give that a try. See how
And
that might work for you this season.
And to that point, that's a good point. To that point, it could be as simply as spending more time with friends of the opposite gender. You know, going out for
That's
coffee with
exactly right.
group settings and spending time with predominant masculine or feminine energies based on what you need balanced in.
And that was exactly my point when I said using somebody else, using somebody
Okay.
else's energy. So if you do have a masculine or feminine, yes, another person, male or female, depending on what you're looking for in terms of the opposite energy, but somebody who's got a strong opposite energy and is willing to do that with you, then that's what I'd recommend. Now, and that takes some discernment.
Yes.
Don't get me wrong. Like I said, it has to be somebody that you trust and you believe is safe, and somebody who understands what it is that you're trying to do. Like I said, you don't want to go be an energy vampire and just, attach yourself to somebody of the opposite energy and drain their energy. So, for example, if Sonia were to come to me and say, this lunar eclipse is really affecting me, I need your masculine energy, then I could start streaming in additional energy for myself that I could be able to help her balance her masculine energy during this time, and vice versa. When the when the solar eclipses happen, I might do the same thing with her.
Very true.
So if it resonates with you, great. Or like I said before, balance it within yourself. We all have it. We all have both.
Yes.
And if you can bring the energy in to help balance out what's going on during the lunar, or help balance what's going on during the solar, then great. That's great. Either way, and I'd encourage you to take a look at that.
That's
during
good.
this season.
That's good advice,
But anyway,
Corey.
we ready to start asking some questions?
Let's go.
Okay, I'm going to first open some space for us. I'm going to be playing a root chakra C note crystal singing bowl for about a minute, or maybe less, maybe even less than that, just enough to clear the space and set our intention for bringing in truth. And that's what we want to do. We want to put up energetic boundaries, and we want to bring in truth, and that's the intention of this quick little opening of space. Space is now open and clear. Ruth, are you ready?
I am ready.
Great. Okay, so let's go with our first question we have. Now, this is obviously, as we mentioned, pertaining to the eclipse season coming up. So, will it affect family relationships in the collective? And if it will, how would it affect family relationships in the collective? If so, how?
So I formed these questions with you, Corey, because I've noticed the eclipse season, and I mentioned this at the beginning before we came on the live. The eclipse season tends to shake up the 3D, it tends to shake up the earth realm. Not so much, I don't think so much the astral realm or the heavenly realms. I think it shakes up the foundations. That's why I asked you for a grounding bowl so that we could stay grounded as we go through, and I think it was the C note there, and it helps us ground. So I do notice that the foundations of family life, relationships get shaken.
Okay.
So that's the premise for this video. So will family relationships be shaken during this? And of course, this is not a private reading, it's on the collective. So take it as it resonates. Every family situation will be different. Thank you. Okay, so we have the energy coming in right off the bat, the energy of children, and this is the cards of our emotions concerning our children. So there might be something affecting children, and especially the areas of, and I'm not just seeing little ones, Corey, I'm seeing the sons and the daughters of the parents and the grandparents. I'm seeing adult children. I'm seeing the generational line. And there's going to be a lot of focus on, and not even worry, but desiring our children, whether you're a grandparent, whether you're an adult, or whether you're even a brother or a sister. Desires for each other are going to be highlighted. So it's almost like we're going to be having a strong desire. Now here's the Queen of Pentacles. So this is telling me a strong desire to nurture, to take care of, that divine feminine energy, maybe even a little overprotective, because it is the moon energy of the female. We might be a little bit overly focused on other people in our family life. That's the initial energy I'm getting. Yeah, we're getting here the Eight of Swords, which is the mental programs, the traps, the little blocks we have in our mind. This is like, I'm almost seeing like we're going to be a little bit, not panicking, but over invested in our family. The ability to say, you need to stick with tradition. Why are you doing it differently? You need to keep it this way. Why aren't you doing what I did when I was your age? That kind of tradition, I think, is going to be highlighted in this eclipse season. And then one more for the future where we're going, home life. Yeah, this is how our families integrate with one another. So I think if there are situations, Corey, where we have overprotective, nurturing energy toward others in our family, Spirit might highlight it to us to say, hey, this is their soul journey. Relax. Don't be the overprotective mama. Their journey will work out perfectly. Does that make sense?
I think that is a phenomenal flipping statement. Absolutely makes sense. After raising 4 kids, if I could go back and do it over again, the one thing that I would do different would be not overimpose my values, opinions, and observations on my kids.
Interesting.
I would help them walk through their own, rather than telling them or indicating at all that I'm right, you're wrong.
Interesting.
They need to be able to have that freedom to grow.
Yes, that freedom, the emotional freedom to be able to explore things and to grow emotionally. It's like that energetic.
And to know that they're safe to come to you with what they're feeling and what they're understanding. Otherwise, they just won't come to you to talk. They'll go talk to somebody else.
And that, I think, is being highlighted, is our relationships in those areas. Spirit just wants to bring balance.
Good point.
To bring balance. And I'm hearing the words, see them on a soul level. Mm-hmm. See their soul, not just their schoolwork.
Right.
Or their job, if they're adult children, or if they're sisters and brothers that you just you need to get your life right. See them on that soul level.
Take them out of your programming. Let them be their own. Let them be their own person. Don't Don't try to fit them into your mold.
That's so good.
They are different from you.
That's so
Oh
good.
my gosh, the kids today. Oh, they are so different from us right now. And it's wonderful because that's what we need.
Yes.
We need different because we're not doing so good.
Yes, yes. And sometimes I have a teacher friend who works in a private school, and she says the children that just don't want to sit still and learn, she feels they're old souls that kind of know this is a little bit of a program. This isn't even going to assist me on my soul journey. Some of them, and so she sees that some of the souls just know this isn't what I really need right now. Anyway, and that's just this caveat there is she can actually see their soul journey and not, why won't you sit still? And that's just a very basic example.
But, we drug them up and tell them to stay inside and pay attention. And that's just not the way to do it.
Yes, so true. Yeah. Now, I'm feeling like that's literally for the month of March, Corey. Can I pull a quick... I'd like to pull on the masculine energy for the solar eclipse.
Fantastic. Yes.
Let's see what's happening there, because I just keep seeing this is March, this is March. What can you tell us about the sun's energy? It has as affects relationships, if it will affect relationships. And if so, how?
Okay.
How will the sun, will it affect us, and how? Okay, interesting. We have the Emperor card coming up, which is masculine energy, divine masculine energy. And then we have here a big change coming in, the World card. So a lot is changing to our masculine energy here. But then, this is so cool, the energy surrounding it is the Page, which is the emotions. And then we have feminine energy of intuition and creativity here. So the message coming in from this is, I believe, and we also did get the 5 of Swords that flipped out, which is conflict. So the masculine energy within us, and I'm hearing the words, that's not allowing the feminine to have a voice or to feel. This is really, the cups is emotion, it's water, it's feeling. Any masculine energy that's not allowing their feminine to feel is going to go through a shift. It's going to be highlighted. And I think that there's going to be a little bit of internal conflict here if there is any kind of, it's almost like those of us who have predominant masculine within us that's not letting our feminine feel our creativity, gentleness, love, there's going to be some internal like back and forth, some conflict of let me in, let me in, let me in. And the sun is just going to help us bring in those light codes of balance to be able to break through the barriers of fear of feeling.
Okay, so if I had to summarize for the solar masculine solar eclipse energy here, if I had to summarize it, I would say that during this eclipse we're going to be receiving light codes that are going to allow us to allow the balance within ourselves of the masculine and feminine energy. And I think this is, if I understood you correctly, this is predominantly for those who have an unbalanced higher level of masculine energy that's not allowing the feminine energy to come through.
And that can be woman as well, Corey.
Yes.
Some women can be very tough and not know how to feel or trust themselves to feel, or it could be a masculine too. So it can be either one.
Okay, fantastic.
So we're gonna get support.
Love it.
Let's go.
All right. Anything else that you want to pull on for that particular question?
No, I'm good with that one.
Okay. All right. Let's move on to question number 2 then.
Okay.
Then the second question is, will the eclipse affect personal careers and job organizations? And if so, how? And we might want to, I'm thinking that we might want to pull for March and April.
Okay.
Or just can you do a combined pull, or would you rather do
We'll see what comes through. Sometimes I get this is just like a more of a shorter period.
Okay.
Job, careers. But basically for March, I did tap into the intention for March. Okay, interesting. So we're having the Sun card come up as past energy. So this is telling me we're being supported in some area. There are being support for our jobs. We are getting divine support for our jobs. But the central energy, Corey, is 5 of Cups. And this is sadness. This is regret. And this is how it feels. The position of this card on my table is like, this is how it's going to appear. So we're in the actuality, we're getting divine support, but it's going to appear because, and this is the actual intention of the actual circumstance, we have changed the World card and surrender. So the eclipse is actually going to be bringing the end to a lot of jobs. It's going to appear sad, but this is actually divine intervention in your career. A lot of divine intervention. This might be even, Corey, just the feelings of I don't like my job anymore.
So this may not, sorry to interrupt you, but I wanted to just clarify something. So this may not necessarily be the boss walking into your office and you're fired. This might be spirit coming down and telling you you're fired.
Exactly. There's going to be a lot of reviewing. This is looking at the past, how things worked out. Is this really want to do? 6 of Cups. A lot of emotional review during this time in March. And I fully agree with you. This is very internal. This is no outside source. If a job is surrendered or you're fired, it's not even because of you. Like, it's not even personal. Does that make sense? It
Yes.
could be a change in the job, because we did ask about organizations. The organization is just overhauling, it's changing, and it's not personal. So it's not going to be performance related so much as the divine coming in and saying, it's time to move.
Mm-hmm.
So in the first month of March, I think people are going to be really just looking at their jobs. How does this really make me feel? Like feeling into their jobs. Let's go ahead and look at April. April is the sun energy, the masculine energy. It's the energy of if you wanted to make career moves, you'd want to do it more toward the end of April. Let's see.
Oh boy.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so for the past energy, the work card is coming out. This is totally related about jobs, work, and career. That's a confirmation. The center energy is home. You're really going to be focused on how can I fit my job into a happier home life? How can I be happier in my home and my job? How can I just be more stable, grounded? That's going to be what you're looking for in April. And the current energies around it, the actual things coming through is Ace of Swords. This is new beginnings. This is new intentions. This is new thoughts, new plans. This is even divine inspiration coming in that's more balanced, more healthy, more whole for your energy field. The month of April is definitely the time where you want to wait until April to make some key decisions. I would highly, moving on. You move on at the end of April. I highly suggest from the energy of these cards for people not to make any rash decisions during the eclipse season. Does that make sense? Especially when you're in the emotional feminine energy of the first two with March. You want to be just looking at things, feeling into things, saying, where am I not balanced? And then you'll have more clarity at the end of April to make those decisions in balance.
Yeah. That's a good point. Let the energies balance out before you make any decisions.
Yeah. But there are some organizations that will be revamping heavily, changing some things. Some of it won't even be their choice. And some jobs will be changing as well. But a lot of personal decisions as well. People having to make personal decisions. And if the decision is made, I am getting it's divinely, it's okay.
Okay.
okay. Okay, next question.
All right, good. I love that. That one was great. All right, number 3. Will the eclipse have an effect on the foundation of American life for the better? And if so, how?
Thank you. Okay, so there's going to be a lot of media, a lot of information coming through the news. That's going to highlight, especially toward the beginning, the first few weeks of this eclipse season. You're going to see a lot of information coming through media. How it appears is a lot of the media is just going to be people's desires, wants, and talk, like what they want. This is the wish card. This is what I want. This is my dream. This is my desire. So some of the media is not going to be completely accurate. It's going to be a lot of talk.
Shocker.
But the current energy of what's really happening in the economy is 6 of Wands and the Strength card. Now the message I'm getting here, this is an interesting message, Corey. The push is a little bit too much. It's a little bit of an egoic push. There's a lot of energy right now in the economy, and I'm pulling for America, the USA, which it probably will be global as well. But there's a lot of push right now in economies to move a little too fast. It's a little bit egoic. But it is moving forward. So I wasn't expecting this. Let's just get further clarity. We have a surrender and an ending of something coming. So, but this is totally going into a different energy now. So there's a little bit of ultra masculine pushing in that way as an economy, but it is good. We have some manipulation. Some manipulation. And then we have this card, finances. The manipulation of finances is going to be surrendered. I'm just giving you the exact legal work. And the 6 of Wands. Oh, excuse me. This was the 7 of Wands. Yeah, this message was coming in. This was a little bit more of the struggle. So it's funny because my throat is choking up. So that's telling me here that there's something with the truth not being told. Is I believe, Corey, the manipulation of the stock market and our financial system is going to be challenged by the solar energy and the eclipse energy.
Good.
I think there's going to be some justice that's going to shake up. So what I'm getting here is the manipulation of stock, the manipulation of money like crypto, the manipulation of any gold and silver is really going to be highlighted by spirit. It's just like we're going to put a finger on it.
Okay,
it's going to be for the better. It's going to be for the better, rising up.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, the manipulation of anything related to finances and stock. And whenever I say stock, Corey, my throat closes. Now, when a tarot reader taps into that energy, it means there's like secrets. There's constriction, like don't tell anybody what we're doing. And so when you tap into that energy, it can affect your body, you know? So whenever I say the word stocks, the stock market, I get... So definitely, though, we need some divine support and assistance, because think about it. If that's what a tarot reader or clairvoyant goes through, what's going through for you when you invest in the stock market? What's going through a high vibrational person when they're helping or working in the stock market, when they're on Wall Street? That's constricting anything that wants the truth. So there's some sort of energy there that's trying to hold it back, and the spirit is going to be highlighting it, possibly bringing an end to some of this this manipulation.
Nice. Well, I don't know why, but the biblical verse, and I can't remember where it comes from exactly, but what's done in the dark will come to the light. It just keeps going through my head. What's done in the dark will come to the light.
And I would like to make a possible prediction, a forecast. With this justice card, there might be some legislation that comes out at the end of April or the beginning of May as a result of all this trauma in the shakeup, the foundation. There might be some new kinds of legislation that come out with this legal card. So we'll keep an eye out for that.
Yeah. Wow. Whew. Enough. There's enough there to make you think. That's for sure. My gosh. Well, that was. Go ahead. You got anything else, Ruth?
No, I just want to say that I would love to do a repeat on this for the masculine side and the solar eclipse. So if anybody has any questions concerning this, send us an email. Go ahead. Well, actually, go ahead and join the Ruth and Corey show, and you'll get the information. Our Patreon link is patreon.com/violetflame432. You can go ahead and join there. It's only $7 a month. From there, you'll get instructions. You can either send it in a comment, or you'll get an email, and you can email us as well questions concerning the eclipse season. I'm not sure, Corey, if I would like to do karmic relationships, but I also would love to explore some of the sun energy. I just think the sun energy in April is going to be so powerful. So I would love it if listeners had some questions there.
I think that'd be great. Yeah, I agree. That would be pretty awesome. So, for those of you who are watching this live, if you got questions about that masculine energy in April, please put them in the comments or send an email. And if you're watching this video later, by all means, please go ahead and send. If you're watching it on YouTube, follow the instructions under the description on how to get in touch with us. And we will get your questions answered. We look forward to this. We really do. It's going to be fun. All right, Ruth, I'm going to close our space. Do this with the bowl again. And we just want to thank Spirit for the truth. Thank you for the protection as we close this space. The sacred space is closed, and so it is, and so it is, and so it is.
Thank
awesome,
you, Corey.
Ruth. That
Yes,
was awesome.
and we have a sound bath coming up next Saturday, and we're going to be setting our own intentions and learning this. I'm actually thinking about making it into a little workshop type thing, having some questions that we can use to set with spirit, which also can be used not just with your sound bath, but any sound baths that people do. Learning how to set intentions will be important. And so I'm looking forward to that one next Saturday, 9 a.m. Eastern. That's March 15th. It's going to be great.
It's going to be great. Gonna love it. Look forward to seeing all of you there, and bring a friend.
Yes, so true, so true. Thank you, Corey, for that.